Principal for a Day is one of our most popular and successful community engagement initiatives. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to serve as a principal for a day. Let's give you guys a round of applause. Woohoo! Whether this was your first time participating or if you participated before, we hope you had a wonderful time experiencing what it's like to be a principal and learning about the exciting things happening in our schools. We also want to thank our amazing principals for giving you an inside look at what they do on a daily basis. Principals, will you please stand up so we can recognize you? Woohoo! Thank you for all you do. Your hard work does not go unnoticed. At this time, we will have Mrs. Cheryl Harris, Chairwoman of the Richland 1 Board of School Commissioners, to come up to bring greetings on the behalf of the board. Mrs. Harris.
I really don't know where to start in my remarks, so I will start first by thanking each and every one of you for coming out and being a part of this very special day in Richland 1. I want to thank all of the new blood that I see in the room that is taking on this task for the first time. And I just want to let you know that I'm going to be talking to my colleagues and the superintendent. I think we need to do principal for the week. So they really, what do you say, principals? Richland 1 principals, what do you say? I had the awesome opportunity to be the principal for the day at Horror Hill Elementary School, and I'd just like to thank whoever assigned me, Karen, to that school, because it was 5 minutes from my house, and I still got to work late. And after being there I got there, 20 minutes late, Ms. Adams? So the first 20 minutes, I got reprimanded by Ms. Adams about being late. And then after 20 minutes after that, Karen, I was ready to quit and turn in my resignation today. Needless to say, though, we had an amazing day at Horror Hill Elementary. I saw learning on a level that I know happens every day in the halls and the walls of Richland 1. But I got a very up close view. And some of the discussions that I saw that my teachers were having with the students, I got so engaged I forgot I was a principal for the day and it was time to move to the next class. Lunchtime was an amazing adventure for me, really was. I was trying to convince my kids to eat cabbage for the first time, and I told them if they tried it, they would like it. And they tried it and they looked at me and said, yuck, we still don't like it. So I've got some work to do there, but I did promise to come back and spend another half a day there at Horror Hill Elementary. But to all of you in this room, on behalf of my colleagues, and I saw some walking in, so I wanted to give them a chance to be seated. I see Commissioner Devine, who's over here. Y'all know I don't have my glasses on. Commissioner Myers is somewhere in the room. Is Commissioner Clyburn or any other board members here? Okay, all right. Well, we definitely want to send greetings on behalf of our colleagues and thank each and every one of you that thought it not robbery to spend your day in the halls and the walls of Richland 1. As you can tell, Richland 1 is very special and near and dear to all of our hearts. And I know that after today, it's even more near and dear to your heart. So on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, Dr. Witherspoon and all of us, we say thank you so very much for being a special part of the Richland 1 family. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Harris. Now, we know a few of you have to leave out a little early, so we would like to take a group picture. So if everyone could migrate up to the stage, that would be great, please, and thank you. 1, 2, 3. Principal for the day. Okay, at this time, I would like to call on some of our principals for a day to come up and share your reflections or things you've learned. I'm very excited. This is my favorite part. Perfect. And once the first person goes, you guys can just keep on filing in and take your turn and go.
Thank you and hello everyone. I had to be first and jump up because today I was at Edward E. Taylor Elementary School, and I think it's been about 50 years since I've been in elementary school. Yeah, very long time. But it was quite an experience. The staff was really warm, real receptive, and the most important thing that I learned is that we are in good hands. I seen a group of students who were bright, eager, ready to learn, a staff that was very supportive, and I was very, very enthused by what I seen today. I know South Carolina and our nation are in good hands because we have future leaders coming up who are ready to lead. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Colonel Jay Edwards. I'm the commander of the Soldier Support Institute at Fort Jackson. We'll be brief and be gone because I know there's a lot of folks here today. But I think it's really important as an individual that's responsible for a couple of schools for the Army in the education field. The one thing I would tell this group that it was most impressive to me, and I've seen this, and I am wickedly biased towards the two schools that my kids go to. But I spent my day with AC Flora, where my son goes, and my daughter is at Creighton. The physical presence of the leadership amongst the school and the teachers in and around engaging with students. You know, the one thing that I see in the military is that I have students that their problems are not as immediate as the students in the schools that I saw today or that I've been in for the last couple of years. Young high school kids or middle school kids, it is in your face right now with whatever's going on in their life. And what I saw is direct engagement, interfacing with folks that are going through some very difficult times in their life. And so I am very confident as raising two children that we're in a great space. So I'd just like to thank Ms. Childs for a wonderful day. Thank you.
Today was hat day, so that's why I wore my hat. My name is Tony Thomas, and I spent my day at my daughter's school, Carver Lion, which was anything that you think a dad would be as proud of. I had the opportunity to be there. I'm a retired educator. I was District 1. Retired from District 1. I did 39 years. I think I was a little bit of an influence on my daughter going into the teaching profession, and she went a little bit further than I did, which I'm very proud of. But she, going to Carver Line today, which I already knew, she has created a climate at that school that everybody has total respect for everyone. I saw that with the teachers. I saw that with the students today. And coming from an educational background, working in the public schools, I worked elementary, middle, and high school. Talking with the teachers and them telling me how much they really, really enjoy having my daughter as their principal. Listening to the students say the exact same thing, and then observing the way they acted and reacted in class. So my experience today was just mind-shattering, okay? Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Jonathan Kirkwood. I have the honor to serve at Sando Elementary School. And just a few comments. Number one, our true principal is really awesome. And the reason I say that is that she has such an amazing rapport with all of the teachers, with the parents that came in, all of the students, and even the custodial staff. She knows that everybody is valuable at the school, and she treats everybody that she encounters with respect all the time. So I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful that the students I was able to interact with were extremely engaged at all levels, boys and girls. Narratives out there about boys not being engaged. These boys were very engaged. The students were polite, yet they were very engaged in all of the lessons, so that was exceptional. And one final thing I'd just like to ask everyone. I think we all had great experiences. I would hope everyone would share the wonderful experiences that you had via social media, speaking to people, so forth and so on. Our schools are great. Our administration is great. Our teachers are great, staff and students. Let's put the positive words out there about our schools, about our teachers, and about our districts so that the community knows what an outstanding job goes on at all of our schools and in Richland 1. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chelsea Mack, and I'm part of the SPARK program through the Outreach Office of the South Carolina Governor's School of the Arts. I don't know about y'all, but I'm exhausted. I did not know what all went into being a principal. I walked around Annie Burnside Elementary School probably 600 times today. It was really, really an awesome experience. Often people say that you have to be called to the educational profession, and Burnside is filled with people who were called, accept that calling, and continue to make good on their calling. Just seeing Dr. Campbell know all of her students by name and seeing them light up when they see her, and just everyone had a personal relationship with every single student, and it was just a really beautiful experience. And I can kind of sleep well knowing that there are people with our children who love on them and tell them that they're going to be great and really pour into them, and it's just really awesome. So thank you so much for the experience.
Good evening. My name is George Adams. I'm Assistant Chief Fire Marshal for the City of Columbia. I had the wonderful opportunity to spend time at my alma mater, Eau Claire High School. I had a choice to either go to Eau Claire or my wife's school, Carver Lyon, but I chose Eau Claire. So I know what it's like to, be a principal because I've been living with one. And I'm not going to complain when she comes home and do work and talk about school because it's a tough job. Being a principal is a very tough job. But being a high school principal, I think it's extremely tough. I want to commend Mr. Montgomery. I watched him pour out his love, his heart to those kids. And, he had goals for them. He had plans for them. And, he just was able to talk and able to connect with those kids. It was a beautiful thing. And based on, the kids, and based on the area, I found out that the population of the school was 600. And out of that 600, only 36 kids live above the poverty line. So that's tough for any school and for any leader to run. But watching him, he had a lot of love, a lot of admiration, and it looked like he loved doing his job. But man, we walked that entire school, and my feet are killing me right now. So I was glad when we had that meeting and those breaks. I'm glad for Dr. Prince calling him and pulling him out the meeting because I was able to get a little rest. But overall, it was a wonderful time at my alma mater, and I'll be back soon. Thanks.
I'm Valencia Thompson from United Real Estate Columbia, and I had the awesome opportunity to shadow Dr. Patrice Green. What a woman. I was able to witness firsthand the instructional leader that she is, the team leader that she is, and also how every staff member works to include students in every aspect of that school and also every aspect of learning. Today was a picture-perfect day at Hand Middle School. Now, this is not a test, because I know all of you know what an adjective is. Am I correct? Okay. That's how I'm going to describe Dr. Green. An excellent leader, extraordinary, passionate about everything that she did today and every day, passionate about her team, passionate about her staff, administrative and teaching staff. Man alive, is she energetic. You're talking about your feet hurt, my back, my feet. I mean, we were moving today. Gifted. She knows that school, she knows her students, she knows her staff. And articulate. It was a great day at Hand, and Dr. Green, I appreciate you imparting all the knowledge on me that you did. Thank you so much, and thanks to the superintendent. Richland 1, great school at Hand. Thank you.
How we are feeling out there this evening. Come on, can we some energy, please? Listen, y'all, I gotta keep the energy up. I've been up since 2:30 in the morning. My name is Christy Calcagno, and I am the morning anchor at WLTX, and I have the absolute honor and privilege to hang out at Forest Heights Elementary School all day with Mr. Kepke, the man, the myth, the legend in that bright yellow suit over there. You can't miss him. And I want to tell you, the top 3 words to describe my experience was love, respect, and togetherness. Now, let me tell you this. I did not go in the principal's office at all today. We were never in his office. We walked around every single hallway, and for those of you who don't know, we had a very special visit. Not only was I there, but we had a visit from the state. That's right. The state came and did an evaluation, and I joined in on it. So I grabbed my paper, they gave me a paper, and I went into 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade classes. And I sat there and I had the opportunity to literally watch for 15, 20 minutes every single teacher. You know what I learned? It was just amazing to see how inspiring they were with their students. Every single grade. The first one that I went to was a 3rd grade class, and I tell you, the State Department, as well as myself, said, we want to cry. They said, we want to cry because of how passionate they were with their students. And that's something that I want to take away. As somebody who really didn't grow up with a lot of hands-on teachers, this is what I love to see. Being able to get that hands-on love with these elementary students, and they are going to use that and take that forever. I did have the opportunity to also speak to parents. Not only did they say thank you, but they were excited. They were like, this is great. My kids are having a time of their life in the classroom. I love to hear that. And I know you all do too, to hear that parents and teachers, everyone loves to be in the classroom. So it is an amazing takeaway to hear, not only from the State Department, but as well as from myself, that you can just feel the sense of pride and passion there at Forest Heights Elementary School. It was absolutely such a privilege to learn and to grow with them. And I am so excited to see what they all do. I'm excited to see what you all do too. So again, thank you guys so much for the opportunity. It truly was an honor.
Hey, good evening, everyone. So, I'm LeVar Curry, better known as Big Sarge, distinguished brother of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I'm the director of social action right here for the Columbia Sigmas. And my experience today with W.G. Sanders and Principal Mrs. Andrina Smith was just another day at the office. Because the hidden secret is that is our sponsor school for my chapter of Phi Beta Sigma. So they see us at the welcome back in the beginning of the school year. We sponsor and donate and bless the families in need with meals for the holidays. You know, there's special gifts for the Christmas time for the kids. They see us at all their sports events, and so they say, "Oh, Phi Beta Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma." So when Ms. Smith saw me, everybody's experience is a little different. You try to keep up with your principal. I'm gonna tell you the real, okay? Here are the keys. Here's the walkie, your unit 1. I'm out. See ya. I said, "Oh, okay. You know what you're doing, Sarge." "Yes, ma'am." "Okay." So every transition, I'm out, head on the swivel, keeping the perimeter safe, checking, securing doors, double checking, pop my eyes on the teachers, and it was a blessing gift because I don't know, man, I put some steps on my step thing today, my Fitbit. I'm glad I wore my Fitbit today. So, you know, and it was a great experience because Ms. Smith knows she can trust just the full love that she has. I'm not going to be as good as that, but I'm going to try my best. And the beautiful experience the most was just connecting with some of the kids that recognize us. Some of my brothers came for the lunch time this afternoon, as well as my experience to interact with a few parents that had some concerns and had to de-escalate those moments and, you know, said, man, I don't know. But something what Ms. Smith did say to me today was, as the young lady spoke earlier, this experience can let you know your calling. And a little secret is I did retire last year after 27 years, 4 months, and 16 long days in the Army. I'm formerly Sergeant First Class Curry, retired U.S. Army. So now I have time to work my way around Richland 1 for a new career in education if y'all give me the opportunity. So let's, you know, I basically asked y'all for a job, so I hope y'all got that message. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do, but thank you again, Ms. Smith, for believing in me. The opportunity, the experience was amazing. I'm not gonna just do principal for the day. I wanna be around the kids and, you know, we'll figure this out together. So it's a Richland 1 community and, you know, Richland County, and it's blessed to be here. Thank you.
Good afternoon. For those in the room who do not know me, I am Regina Brown with Prisma Health. I've been Richland 1 volunteer since 1994. I'm also a Richland 1 Hall of Famer. I had the pleasure of serving at Hopkins Elementary School. And I have to tell you, first of all, I was just a little jealous today, being principal of the day, and all the students was hugging Miss Gardner. And I thought, you know, I'm walking around with a microphone. They know that I'm principal of the day, but I got one hug while I watch you get all these hugs today. But there was something very important today that I learned. I was in a math class and we were doing an observation. And she had this formula up, and I immediately pulled out my paper and started doing my multiplication on paper. And then I looked up, and they were doing math the way I've never seen math done before. And I remember working with my nephew on math, and he kept saying, "You're not doing it the way that they're teaching in school." And I said to him, "I got the answer." He says, "No, but that's the way we're learning now in school. You learn the old way, there's a new way to learn." Well, I have to say, when I see him tonight, I have to apologize because there is a new way to do math. And I had so much fun under Audrey Gardner today that I decided that I didn't have enough of Hopkins Elementary School today, that I'm actually going back tomorrow for their career day. And so I watched the respect that Ms. Gardner got from not just the staff, the teachers, but the children. And I felt really bad for one little boy who got in a little trouble today, and I kind of put my head down. But then we started talking, and I said to him, I said, "You know, when I got in trouble once in elementary school, my teacher had me to write a message that I will not do something." And so I said, "You know what, why don't you write that and then apologize to the team member, the staff member, And he came and he sat beside me and he started writing those sentences. I will not, I'm going to tell you what it says, but it's, I will not do something. And so I'm very appreciative of the leadership. I'm probably going to embarrass Miss Gardner, but I watched Miss Gardner grow up because we were, her parents were my pastors for many years. And so I just want to commend the Richland School District 1. There's a lot of noise that goes on in the community, but those folks who are bringing all the noise need to take the time to really volunteer and get in our schools, get engaged, give back. Don't just show up at board meetings, but take the time to give back, and then you'll really understand what truly the needs are in Richland 1. And then go back and share with others that this is not enough for us to show up in our schools once a year to volunteer, but make the commitment to be supportive of our schools year-round. Thank you.
After Mr. Black, we will go on with our program. Thank you guys for making my job so easy.
I do better with some prepared notes, but you know, this is my second time doing this, and last year was an amazing experience with Mr. Copeland at Logan, even though I didn't get any balloons or pom-poms, but you know, we'll let that go. Miss Maya Woods at Meadowfield made up for it today with that gift basket and open arms, and although the balloons that they got yesterday was deflated, you know, the thought was there. It was there. You know, last year I served as one of the judges for the Teacher of the Year program, and we went around and judging them and stuff, and I saw I had some amazing experiences then. But today, at Meadowfield, it relit a flame of me wanting to be more involved with the district. I saw the commitment, the dedication, and for Miss Woods, who's a first-year principal at Meadowfield, you know, and you know that's always got to be challenging, but she did her thing. She was professional. The staff, the students, everyone, it was just a really great experience. And at a time when the district is under attack, misinformation running rampant, unfounded allegations and untruths are being spread from the shadows, today, again, helped to solidify my continued support for Richland 1. So again, I'd like to thank Meadowfield's first year new principal, Miss Maya Woods, the majority of the Richland 1 Board of Commissioners, Dr. Witherspoon, and all those who work for Richland 1, whose only agenda is what is best for our students and not themselves. Thank you.
Well, thank you all so much for those wonderful remarks. It was great to hear all the fantastic and interesting things that you've either learned or observed. Some occupations, you don't know what it's like until you get in that position, so we hope that you guys learned a lot today. We will now have remarks from our superintendent, Dr. Craig Witherspoon.
Good evening. I know I'm standing in between you all and some tired feet, so I will keep my remarks brief. I told Mr. Whaley, I said, you've got hat competition. Is the gentleman still here? He was over at Gadsden. Okay. This is a wonderful occasion and wonderful time that we get to open the doors, if you will, and invite community in. And as has been indicated, this is not the only time. And as Chairwoman Harris said, we've got some new blood and some new folks that are joining us for Principal of Day event. We had last generation, we had City Councilman Sam Davis. He had been doing this for years, I think almost 20 years or so, and we've had a number of others. So we have a new generation. So if you've done it this year, we've already signed you up for next year. You don't have to worry about signing up again. They've already got your name, and we will put that forth. And I do want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come in and visit. And I want to speak real briefly about our principals, our leadership that we have at our buildings. They do an amazing job with everything that happens. And I say this every year. Our principals, regardless of the size of school, they run many businesses, if you will, from budgets to personnel, to multiple generations, from our youngest folks to 5 generations of employees, and all of that goes with Generation Z, millennials, baby boomers, and greatest generation, and trying to meld all of that together for a cohesive staff that you've heard about and that you've experienced, for a common mission and a common goal, for all that comes. So if you add a staff and all of the students, you're talking about an organization, depending on the size of the school, of thousands, if you will. And even if you look at our smallest schools, you're talking about hundreds. And to meld that into a climate and a culture that is supportive of young people, that is supportive of a school community, and that is supportive of a larger community, and all of those complexities that go along with that. We've got folks in leadership that have gone through that pandemic, and that's not over. We're still reeling from that, from going through 20 and that impact that happens. We had principals that had COVID and trying to take care of themselves, trying to take care of family members, adults, trying to take care of their children, and all of that in the meantime. So my hat goes off to certainly our school-based leaders. And in the meantime, we're pushing them, and they can tell you. But my hat goes off to them and what they do, because we know that the stakes are high, that the young people that we serve in our district, they need us. And they need us to bring our A game every day, and so forth and so on. And it was just an opportunity at this time for you all to see that. And just a slice of what goes on day to day in the buildings. And if you have heard, and you've seen, we've got 52 buildings and sites, schools, and programs, and that's 52 personalities and all of those things. But what I can guarantee you is every student that we serve in every zip code, they want and need the best that we have to offer. And that's what we ask our folks to bring to them, to our students, to our families that want and need and deserve the best that we have. So an opportunity, again, for us to open the doors for you to come in and see. We do appreciate that. And as several have said, our charge is to go out and share that and invite some others. And you all as principal for a day, again, you do not have to wait until next year we have this. I know every year that this happens, our principals make some new connections, and that's a part of this as well. They get some new volunteers. They may get a new business partner, new faith-based partner. I think we got a new teacher. We're gonna sign you up. So it's all good. I did learn, we were out in the foyer. We have some former Richland 1 students. We have some former teacher cadets. And so forth that again have grown up through this system and now are still a part of our community. So we're all connected, ladies and gentlemen. And something that I tell my staff and I tell principals, everybody in this room together, we're all collectively more powerful and more influential than we are individually. So let's harness that. Let's use this occasion to come together and celebrate and look at examples of the best that we have to offer to continue to move our district forward. We thank you so very much again for being a part of this organization. And yes, it was for a day, but turn that into and let that grow into a continued relationship at the respective school, but as in our organization as a whole. And as I close my comments so you can get home and rest your feet, I leaned over to the chair and I said, Madam Chair, we should certainly show some of the testimonials that were given. And just as you all enjoyed your events at the various schools that we have, again, I can assure you too, our students, and you saw this, they care about their schools and they care about their school community, regardless of where we are. And that's something we can all be proud of as well. So thank you all so very much. Don't let this be the last time we see you in the respective schools. Continue those relationships and partnerships and cherish your time as principal for a day. And principals, as I say to you monthly and in between, we certainly thank you for what you do, and we will continue to support you and support what goes on in our community. Thank you, thank you, thank each and every one of you.
Thank you, Dr. Witherspoon, and thank you again to our principal for days. We ask that you share the exciting things you've experienced and learned today with your friends, families, and colleagues. We hope to see you again next year, and I do have your email, so be prepared for my million, gazillion emails next year. Please don't forget to pick up your gifts on the way out. Have a great evening. Thank you.